Yes. This guy's going to win the Academy Award. Bohemian Rhapsody is the movie. And I'm going to say this, and Bernie agrees. I usually speak for the both of us, even at home at these. And we have no reason to say this because this guy can't do anything for us, to be completely honest. But Neil Rosen is significantly better, I swear to God, than any other film critic. I see them all.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're significantly better, and now you're the official Bernie and Sid film critic.
Thank you.
It's a big deal.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
With the Academy Awards on Sunday, we'll talk that, but I want to start. The Mets have their first spring training baseball game tomorrow against the Braves.
That's right.
The Yankees open tomorrow against the Red Sox.
I know, away game.
That's right. You know the baseball.
I know.
So it's baseball's here. So I'm going to throw this at you.
Go ahead.
I don't know if it's the best, but can I give you my 3 favorite baseball movies?
You give me your 3. Bernie, give me your 3, and I'll give you my 3.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Number 1 for me is Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams is a great movie.
That's number 1 because of the whole. I'm very close with my dad too. Same thing. The other 2 are going to be The Natural with Robert Redford.
Good movie.
And Major League because I like to laugh. I'm going to throw one more at you.
Okay.
And you're going to think it's ridiculous because everybody hated it. The critics hated it. It was sappy. It was predictable. It was all those things.
Yeah.
But I still loved it.
Which one?
Kevin Costner and Kelly Preston.
Oh, that's a great movie.
For the love of the game.
That's a great movie.
You do really think it's a great movie?
I love that movie.
Okay, because people think I'm a jerk.
It's not my number 1 pick, but I like that movie.
No. It was good, right?
Old guy trying to pitch a perfect game at Yankee Stadium.
With the Tigers?
John C. Reilly is...
the catcher.
Right, I'm there because I'm there for you. You know what I mean? We're all here for you.
Yes.
He tries to pitch the perfect game.
Those are my movies. Go ahead.
Well, I have to go with the older ones. I'll start. The Natural was going to be one of mine. So I have to go, it aligns with yours, but whatever. Also, Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees, 1942, with the real Babe Ruth.
That's right.
You get a cameo by the Babe.
Is that true?
Yes,
was it a baseball
absolutely.
scene, or did he actually act?
That's right. No, it was a baseball scene.
Okay.
But it was about Lou Gehrig, and it was Gary Cooper.
Gary Cooper played. That was Gary. Remember the director Gary Marshall? That was
of course.
That was his favorite movie.
That was Laverne's brother.
Really?
They're both
correct.
Yeah.
And my last one is about the baseball player Jimmy Pearsall.
Yes.
You remember it?
Yes, absolutely.
Fear Strikes Out.
Fear Strikes Out with Anthony Perkins.
Anthony Perkins and Carl Malden.
All right. So
Now, was that kind of like the movie with Robert De Niro? The Fan, or not really?
No, that's Bang the Drum Slowly.
Yeah,
that's with Michael Moriarty and Robert De Niro.
No. When Wesley Snipes and De Niro actually stalks him, The Fan. Remember, he tries to kill Wesley Snipes. It's like Willie Mays.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's a different type of movie.
It was about a little mental illness.
Oh,
he
mental
once
illness.
hit the ball and he ran the bases the wrong way.
Yes.
Yeah. He had,
Pearsall.
Jimmy Pearsall.
Mental illness, and Anthony Perkins, who they said did not even know how to throw a baseball when he got the part in the movie, but he had trainers, but that's a good movie.
No,
what about 8 Men Out? Was that about the White Sox scandal?
Yeah, it's about the Black Sox, the Chicago.
The Black Sox,
yeah.
right.
So I'm going to go with. I have some different ones for you.
All right.
All right. Well, first of all, you say Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
That's also the White Sox, the Chicago 1919
It is.
White Sox show up on the field.
It's all about Shoeless Joe Jackson.
If you build it, they will come.
That's right.
And the Chicago White Sox team came. All right, I'm going with. I guess I think there's nothing better to me, baseball movie wise, than Bull Durham. I think that Bull Durham is just. I mean, not only a look at minor league baseball, but Tim Robbins, coming up and being coached, not technically coached, but being advised by Kevin Costner, who's this catcher is great, and Susan Sarandon's in it.
When he bangs her on the table in the kitchen?
Yeah, but it's just a great insight into like minor league baseball. And
were they married at that time, or was that how they met?
I think they met on that movie.
They never got married.
My buddy,
Robbins and Sarandon, I think they stayed together for many years, but I'm not sure they ever got married.
Right.
No, and they're not together anymore.
And by the way, Field of Dreams and the movie you just mentioned, Bull Durham and Love of the Game, all Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner's big on the baseball stuff.
Yes.
And my buddy Robert Wull is in Bull
That's
Durham.
our buddy.
That's right.
He's my buddy. I spoke
the
to
great
him last
Aulis.
night.
He's been on this show many times.
He's great.
And Aulis is now on HBO on demand.
He's on HBO Go. Okay, so my next one that I love, which is a little different, which we were talking about Gary Marshall, and then you brought up Penny Marshall, is A League of Their Own.
That was one of my favorite movies ever.
Okay, who even knew about I didn't know about the American Girls, the All-American Girls Baseball League, which was founded when our boys went off to war in World War II, and all the good players were gone. And Madonna's in this thing,
Rosie O'Donnell,
and Gina Davis, and
Tom
Rosie
Hanks.
And Tom Hanks, there's no crying in baseball.
Yep.
And I think that, not only is it a funny movie and it's an interesting historical movie, when they all show up at Cooperstown at the end, they show you the real players. I mean,
I
it's
love
really
that part.
emotional.
I got to tell you, this is going to sound misogynistic, and it is. It's completely chauvinistic.
You don't like it?
Hated the movie.
Really?
I don't want to see girls play baseball.
All right, so I'll give you a guy. All right, I'll give you a guy. I'll give you another movie that I don't know if you're going to like this or not, but I think it's very interesting, which is Moneyball.
Oh, good
which is,
movie. Brad Pitt.
Which shows you the how all this.
Billy Bean, Oakland
Billy
A's.
Bean, yeah, exactly. 2002. I mean, the team's not going anywhere. They don't have any money. They hired Jonah Hill, who's the stats guy, and he's like, we're not hiring people based on their RBIs and this. These guys are getting hits when they're winning 15-0. We need guys who get on base when it counts. And that really ushered in a whole new era of how teams, which is now commonplace today. So I think that's very interesting.
Right. That was written, the movie, the
Aaron
book.
Sorkin.
Well, I thought it was Michael Lewis who wrote Liar's Poker.
Yeah, but I think Aaron Sorkin
he adapted it from the book that Michael Lewis wrote, I believe.
Very good.
Do you like Moneyball?
It's okay. It's all right.
All right, so here's some other ones that
By the way, just to prove Neil's point, even today, that movie was like 20 years ago. Remember the year Oakland had last year? They played the Yankees in a wild card playoff game. Still with one of the lowest payrolls in baseball.
And they're still pulling it off.
Still today, still Billy Bean, still Moneyball, they're still pulling it off. Go ahead.
I also like a movie that was made for HBO. It's 42, which was directed by Billy Crystal,
Jackie Robinson?
which is the no. It's the it's
No,
I'm sorry,
you're talking
I'm
about
saying- I'm
60,
saying 61.
60, right,
I
right.
like 42 also.
Roger
I'm talking
Maris and
61,
Mickey
I'm sorry.
Mantle, that's
Roger
right.
Maris and Mickey Mantle, and
Right.
how the crowds just were not embracing Roger Maris back then and did not want him to break Babe Ruth's all-time record.
Great movie, 61. Now, the kid that played Mantle.
Was it
61?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was Babe Ruth's record, right?
Babe Ruth, correct.
Yeah, right. So,
and then Maris broke it, and then three guys shattered it. Sosa, McGuire, and Bonds all shattered it.
Yeah, but they were all
that's fine.
They were all juiced.
Right. So, but
for 42 with Chadwick Boseman from Black
also
Panther,
very good.
also very good.
Yeah.
The Jackie Robinson story.
But the kid that played Mantle, I love that actor. I forget his name. He was in Spike Lee's movie 25th Hour. He was one of the guys that Ed Norton was hanging out with.
Thomas Jane played Mantle, and Barry Pepper.
Oh, Pepper.
Barry Pepper played
Maris?
played Roger Maris.
That's who I like.
And I also really like the movie Barry Pepper played with
Tampa Bay Devil, the pitcher, and it's with Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid plays Jim Morris, real-life pitcher, who was a high school teacher who was basically wasting his talents and didn't realize. I love this scene when he's practicing and there's a speedometer and whatever it is, he was throwing real heat, but the speedometer's throwing out the wrong, is giving him the wrong signal. I think that's a really good one. It's a lot of good baseball movies.
Yeah.
So baseball, nicely, spring training. Like you said,
By the way,
tomorrow.
Dennis Quaid, just before we move on, his career, his experience in career resurgence in these commercials
Yes.
for the insurance company.
Yes.
And he's very good in it.
And
It's
he
funny.
looks good with
doing
the blue suit.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, one
commercials.
baseball movie that kids love, and I thought it was stupid.
Bad News Bears.
No, I love that.
That's a
Stop.
good
Come
one.
on. That's great.
Yeah.
Sandlot?
That's great. The Sandlot. The
Sandlot.
stupid
Good.
dog with the, wow, stupid.
Really?
The dog?
Here's a good documentary, The Life and Times of Hank Greenberg.
Very good.
Really-
Now, last one before we get to the Academy
Go
Awards.
ahead.
Hank Greenberg was a Hall of Fame first baseman,
Great,
Jewish, by
great.
the way.
I know. Well, it's about
Really?
the anti-Semitism.
That's correct. You had to go through?
You know this,
Yeah.
Bernie. Come on.
No, I mean, he said Hank Greenberg was Jewish. I'm like,
Oh, yeah, you'd be
duh.
sarcastic. That's very funny.
He was married-
But
he
the
was-
movie's about it's a
Yes.
documentary. It talks about like they were like yelling
Kike and all that
yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Right.
When he was pitching, it was not it
Not
wasn't,
cool.
like, thoroughly accepted.
He married the daughter of what very famous, what do I call it up here? It would be a Neiman Marcus, A&S, a department store. Hank Greenberg.
Macy's?
Incorrect.
Gimbals?
Montgomery
Correct.
Ward.
He married Gimbel's daughter,
Really?
Hank
wow.
Greenberg.
He did
Yeah.
well for himself.
That's the way to
They
do
weren't
it.
You know
really-
what?
they
You can
weren't
call me
really,
a kike all day. He had all the money. He's a Hall of Fame first baseman.
Yeah, but he wasn't. I'm sure he got more money from the Gimbals estate than.
That's what I'm saying. The
Because they
time
weren't. It wasn't like today with free agency and the
No,
payrolls were
Right.
not the same back then.
No,
So
a little insurance policy right there.
I'm
I
sure
like
he,
that.
I'm sure he cleaned up with Gimbals.
So, Neil, we got the
does
big
Macy's tell Gimbals.
the hostless Academy Awards Sunday night, And there are several movies. What are some of your favorites for Sunday night?
All right. Well, favorites, what I want or what I think is going to win?
Both, but quickly with both.
Okay, fine. So let's start with supporting actor. I want Richard E. Grant for Melissa McCarthy. He manages to upstage Melissa McCarthy, and Can You Forgive Me? But he's not going to win. He has a slight chance. I think, as I told you, when the nominations came out and I was here, I think Mahershala Ali is kind of a lock for that one. Best supporting actress, also I think a lock, is Regina King for If Beale Street Could Talk. Very good performance. If I was voting, I would go with Amy Adams for Vice, playing Dick Cheney's wife. I think she's.
By the way, how did that movie do?
Vice did not do well.
Right, I didn't think
Vice
it would.
Did not do well.
Nobody wants to see a movie about Dick Cheney, even though Christian Bale did a killer Dick Cheney, but nobody wants to see it.
So I think Regina King's got that one locked up. Best actress. This is the what you call the Lifetime Achievement Award. Glenn Close is going to win this for The Wife. Was it her best performance? No, I think she was better in Fatal Attraction, and I think she was better in Albert Nobbs. But look, they gave Martin Scorsese one a few years ago for directing The Departed. Was that his best movie? I don't think so. Compared to Goodfellas, Casino, Raging Bull, Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like the Lifetime Achievement thing. It's like, we're giving it for this. So they're giving Glenn Close. Glenn Close has a line. She goes, "I'm often confused for Meryl Streep, except when it comes to Oscar night." So Meryl Streep is not Meryl Streep is not up for an Oscar this year. Glenn Close is going to win. It's going to be her career achievement Oscar. She gives a good performance, not her best, but she'll win. Best actor. I'd like to see Christian Bale win. I thought the guy looked, sounded. He gained 40 pounds like Dick Cheney.
Really, it was uncanny.
And I would have said, if you asked me this 2 days ago, that he was going to win. But Jill's very happy about this. It's going to be Rami Malek for Bohemian Rhapsody. I taped a show actually a couple of days ago. It's a half-an-hour special, and I'm changing my mind. I said Christian Bale. It's Rami Malek. That show is on tonight, 7:30 on CUNY TV. If you have Spectrum, it's channel 75. If you have Optimum, it's channel 30. If you have RCN, it's channel 77.
If you have Cablevision, it's channel 22.
That's right.
Okay,
Sunday he'll be on Today Show too on NBC. So quickly, got to wrap it up.
All right. So we'll get to
what's
going to
win the movie? The big movie.
The big movie is going to be, it's not going to be, and Jill and I did not like this movie, Roma. It is not going to be Roma.
Good.
They're going to give Roma Best Foreign Language Film. That's how they're going to give it its due. They're going to give it its Best Director, Alfonso Cuarón. But my favorite movie of the year is going to win Best Picture. I'm telling you, it's going to be Green Book.
Green Book, there you go.
Wow,
did you see Green Book?
That's our boy Sebastian Maniscalco,
I did
baby.
not see it, but
That's right.
I heard
Sebastian Maniscalco's in it.
Vito Mortensen or
He's
something.
great.
Viggo Mortensen. He's not going to win.
He's not going to win. But the movie's going to win.
But the movie's going to win. And the Spider-Verse movie will win Best Animated. And Shallow is going to win the Best Song with Lady Gaga.
I like that
Great
song,
song.
yes.
And
Star is Born.
And that's the only thing Star is Born is going to
All right. Well, guess what? No, you just won the Best Film Critic Award
Yeah.
again. So
Yes, you
congratulations.
did, man.
Thank you very much.
Check him out on CUNY TV tonight, the NBC Today Show on Sunday morning, and of course with Bernie and Sid every chance he gets. We love him. He's Neil Rosen.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Thank you.
great
We'll
to
wrap
be
up
with
the
you
week
as
on
always.
Bernie and Sid right after these words.
Bernie and Sid in the morning.